Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well. Today it is your preview for Chelsea versus Morecambe in the FA Cup third round. We have a very interesting tie here against a team nicknamed the Shrimps. I mean, look, Chelsea are in a little bit of a situation at the moment, yeah? We know we've been losing games lately, but tomorrow there is no excuse to lose against a team that has a nickname, the Shrimps. No disrespect to Morecambe, we know they are a seaside club, but imagine us losing to the Shrimps. I mean, I'm not even saying that's impossible right now, let's be honest. We all have that little bit of doubt. Morecambe are a team that play in League 2. They are currently 7th in the League 2 table, and you do have to ask, you know, regardless of what 11 Chelsea put on the pitch tomorrow, we should be getting the job done very, don't say very easily, but straightforward, you know, regardless of the 11 Chelsea put out. We are a Premier League side. Even if it was the youngsters, there should be a standard there that we play against a team from League 2 and we still get the job done. Now, with the way that Chelsea have been playing lately, we can't even say that. Why? Because against a team like Morecambe, you don't really know what to expect. You don't really know what you're coming up against. Sometimes those teams from lower divisions can be the teams that you do not want to face because you just have no idea what you're coming up against. Yes, the quality should be a gulf in difference. We should really be honest, as I've said, in terms of whatever 11 we put on the pitch. We should have too much quality for Morecambe. But history's proven in the past. I mean, you look at when we played against Bradford, if I'm not mistaken, you remember at the bridge and we lost that one? That was very unexpected. You never know. And the FA Cup is a competition full of surprises. I mean, look at earlier today, Derby County. They got knocked out to... I've forgotten their names. I mean, that's what it tells you. It tells you anything is possible. Anything is possible. So that's the beauty of the cup. We got to take it seriously. But if we're predicting in terms of what we think Lampard's going to do and how we're going to approach this game, there is going to be rotation. There are going to be players that haven't seen minutes that will get minutes tomorrow. And there are 5 youngsters that have been brought up from the academy that are in the squad for tomorrow's game against Morecambe. But I am not going to come on here and say we need to start all of them. No, I think it would be a safe bet to start bringing them on once we've got the game comfortably under control. Fingers crossed. As I've said, right now, Chelsea Football Club, you never know what you're getting. With Chelsea, it comes with a health warning to watch Chelsea games nowadays. You gotta watch your heart issues, you gotta watch your blood pressure, you gotta watch any sort of condition you have, mate. Watching Chelsea right now, you need to be careful. It's as simple as that. Let's get into what I think the starting 11 is going to be, what I think Frank Lampard is going to go with. This is it. I reckon personally he should change the formation. I think the 4-3-3 has become a little void, and I think it would be beneficial to us to bring a little bit more stability in midfield, protect our back line a little bit. Now, some of you are probably thinking, yes, Younes, I agree, but not against Morecambe. We should be going all out against Morecambe, same 4-3-3, just try and attack. And I hear that, I understand. However, I think it would be a good opportunity, much like a pre-season fixture, to try and get an idea of what we can do in a 4-2-3-1. That is how I would base the team tomorrow. I would go with a 4-2-3-1 just to get an idea. Treat it like a pre-season friendly. Let's try and get the team a little bit of rhythm in that formation before we go to Fulham and play against them later on in 5 days' time. So I would go with a 4-2-3-1, not Mendy in goal. We'll stick Kepa in goal for this one, as I've said. There's really no excuse. You know, I mean, we could play Caballero for all I'm bothered about, and I reckon he should still get a job done. So Kepa in goal. He's not playing. He's our number 2 goalkeeper now. We need to acknowledge that. Let's give him an opportunity and see how he does against Morecambe. Now, the back 4, for me, Reece James is out, and even so, even if he wasn't, I think we would need to rotate and play Azpilicueta. So Azpilicueta at right back for me. Left back, Emerson. He's our only alternative left back. Marcos Alonso is just sitting about waiting for a transfer to happen. So I would go with Emerson at left back. Now the centre back situation gets a little bit interesting because if it were me, I would go with Fikayo Tomori, Antonio Rudiger. Andreas Christensen is injured. Thiago Silva will be rested. Zuma, I hope, will be rested. But I would go with Tomori Rudiger. I don't think Lampard's going to go with Tomori and Rudiger. I think he's going to go with Zuma and Rudiger. And Zuma, who he might look at and go, you don't really need a rest, so I'll play you. Just to not let Tomori play, because I think Tomori's going to be looking for a move away this January transfer window, whether it's a loan move or a permanent. I don't know what's happened at Chelsea regarding Fikayo Tomori, but I am baffled at the lack of opportunity he's getting. And with Andreas Christensen out, our fourth choice centre-back, it makes complete sense to play Tomori tomorrow. Surely, if he's not playing tomorrow, he's leaving Chelsea Football Club confirmed. So if it were me, I mean, I would trust him. I'd give him the opportunity. I'd give him 90 minutes, play Tomori. We'll see what happens. However, I think Lampard will go with Zuma and Antonio Rudiger. Now, I'd go the 4-2-3-1. So for me, I would go with Billy Gilmour. Let's give Billy Gilmour 90 minutes. I would love to see what he does tomorrow. I think he brings an aspect to the game that we are severely lacking. That vision, that deadly pass, that over-the-top through ball. How at the same time, I think he is quite stable defensively for his age and even for his size, because he's a very small lad. I mean, I need to double check his height, but I think he's like 5 foot something. He's very tiny. So it would be beneficial to have someone that can move the ball fast, that can link up very quickly. And in this formation, I think it would suit him to be in a pivot. Alongside him, obviously, N'Golo Kante is out. He will not be playing. He's injured and then he's suspended for Fulham. So he's not going to be playing for the next couple of games. Billy Gilmour alongside Mateo Kovacic. I think he's our only other option. It would be a little bit silly to play Gilmour and Jorginho. And I think Lampard is going to go with a Jorginho starting tomorrow in a 4-3-3. I'll give you what I think Lampard's going to do shortly. But for me, I'd go with a 4-2-3-1 and play Gilmour alongside Kovacic just for some defensive stability, some good experience next to him. And Jorginho, for me, doesn't offer that defensive stability. We know Jorginho can sometimes just leave himself completely exposed. And you don't want Billy Gilmour, who's young, small, and not really a very defensive player, to clean up the mess. So I think it would be good for him to have a Kovacic next to him that can sit back and not really rely on going forward so much. Now, in front of those two, I would go with Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz needs to play 90 minutes now. Every time he's come on, he's done a good job. Lately, the few games that he has come on for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, he's done well. And even in our last game, we saw the assist that he provided against Manchester City, even though we got battered. But it was him on that left-hand side that provided the assist. And he just looked really in his element, which is something we couldn't really say about him for quite a while. So I'm glad that he's looking better. And with 90 minutes under his belt tomorrow against a lower opposition, I think that would set him up nicely for the Fulham game in 5 days after the game tomorrow. So Havertz for me in the number 10 role, his role, the role that he prefers, the role that he thrives in, and the role that he can have full control of. So for me, that's where Kai Havertz would go. Now, the two wingers is a little bit of a situation because I think Pulisic and Ziyech will both be rested tomorrow. Hudson-Odoi will obviously be playing 90 minutes, so I would stick Hudson-Odoi on the right-hand side. I'd stick him on the right, even though he would probably want to play on the left, only because we don't really have an alternative winger. So the man to play for tomorrow against Morecambe, I feel that could get a job done, just like he did against Krasnodar, if you remember. Tino Angerin, one of the 5 youngsters that have been called up from the youth team that Frank Lampard is relying on tomorrow. Angerin, for me, done very well against Krasnodar, a lower opposition, and bearing in mind that was the Champions League. Now, Angerin is not an, in-and-out winger. He is a central attacking midfielder. He is someone that sits in the middle for the youth team. If you watch the Chelsea youth team, you'll see Angerin play in that central role. But against Krasnodar, we saw that he done a good job on the left-hand side, and he looked very good. He looked very physical. He was cutting in, and he didn't lose possession. He was very comfortable on the ball. So I think against a Morecambe tomorrow, it'd be a good opportunity for him to just fill in and do the exact same thing. So Angerin on the left-hand side for me would be the guy to go to. And up front, I'd go with Timo Werner. Now, some of you are going to say, what? What? Younes, are you okay, mate? What are you doing to us? No, I think, look, Werner needs a run. He needs a run of games, and he needs to hit form as a centre forward, not as a winger, as a centre forward. We saw him recently as a centre forward and his positioning looked good. Didn't really get much of a supply into him, but I'm feeling against a Morecambe where hopefully there's going to be loads of space for us to exploit. I'm just assuming this, by the way. Hopefully, with a Kai Havertz behind him in a 4-2-3-1, it would offer us a little bit more down the middle for him to run onto, for him to go round a defender, for him to have a ball sent over the top from a Billy Gilmore, for example. I think the players that I've mentioned suits him playing in the middle. And against Morecambe, where the level is a little bit limited, I'm begging, if not, I'm going to look stupid saying this if we lose somehow tomorrow. I think it's the perfect opportunity for Timo Werner to get some goals. And if he gets some goals, his confidence can increase. His mind can rest assured. He can begin to think, yeah, I've got this. And then into the Fulham game, hopefully we get some continuation, some consistency. That would be fantastic. So it would be good for Timo Werner to score against lower opposition tomorrow. And if he doesn't, well, at that point, we might as well just call Giroud and just ask him to do the job full time from now on. It's as simple as that. So I would give this opportunity for Timo Werner to get on the score sheet, to build his confidence up and to hopefully run with it. And that would be my 11. Now, what I think Frank Lampard is going to do, I've explained what I think he's going to change in the back line, playing Zuma rather than Tomori. I think he'll go over 4-3-3. Possibly the same midfielders as I mentioned, although I do have a feeling that he's going to go with Jorginho in the defensive midfielder role. In the 4-3-3 play Havertz and Billy Gilmore as the two midfielders, and then the front three possibly what I've just mentioned. And if he doesn't play Timo Werner, I think he'll go with Tammy Abraham, just for the sake of the fact we're playing Morecambe. I think that is what Frank will do. That's the 11. Now, if you're asking me for a prediction, I mean, surely, we're winning tomorrow. Yeah? We're winning tomorrow. Surely. I mean, if we don't win tomorrow, it's over for Lamps. It's over. I'm just going to come on in and say it now. If we somehow bottle it at home against Morecambe, Lampard's job is over. I'm just going to mention that now. I'm expecting a 3-0 win. Nothing too drastic. You know, I'm not going to come on in and say we're going to kill him 5 or 6-0, even though it's possible. But I'm expecting a comfortable result. Morale has been down lately. Results have been really poor. I think that's why it won't be a battering. But it'll be a comfortable win. And hence why I'm going Chelsea 3, Morecambe 0. That's my prediction. Now let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you agree, disagree? Remember to catch me on the watch along tomorrow. I will be doing a watch along to the game and then I'll give you a review straight after that. But the game will be kicking off at 1:30 GMT. So 1:30 PM, lunchtime. That is when it's going to be kicking off. Make sure you're here for the watch along. It's going to be a good laugh and hopefully a win. Every time I've done a watch along, we've only won once. And that was against West Ham. Every other game I think we've either lost or drawn. We drew against Villa and I think we've lost the rest. So tomorrow, please Chelsea, let's just win and hopefully start this run of form again. You know, and then move on to Fulham, hopefully win that, move on to Leicester, hopefully win that, even though it's doubtful at the moment. But let's just hope tomorrow it will be the start of a little run. Anyway, I'll see all of you then. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Remember, I'll catch you on the watch along tomorrow. I'll see all of you then. Thank you so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.